Dave Knows How.
Welcome back to my channel. In today's video we're going to go over a little issue that a lot of folks have, and you may or may not have experienced this, but before it's over with you probably will. If you own a four-wheel drive tractor, no matter what brand it is, Kubota, John Deere, whatever your favorite flavor is, you will probably run into this problem. And the problem is either trying to get it to go into four-wheel drive or trying to get it to come out of four-wheel drive. And this is actually a problem that occurs quite frequently with four-wheel drive tractors. And I say four-wheel drive tractors, but they're actually not considered four-wheel drive. They're actually considered front-wheel assist. So before we get started showing how to get the thing out of four-wheel drive or get the thing into four-wheel drive when you're having difficulties, let's try to explain why you're having those difficulties to begin with. Well, first of all, we've got a very large tire on the back of the tractor, and we've got a relatively small tire on the front of the tractor in perspective. Because we have two different size tires like this, we've changed gear ratios around. Now, Kubota and many other tractor manufacturers have done a great job of trying to match up their rear differential and their front differential gear train so that it kind of coincides together. But we don't live in a perfect world, and it always ends up just a little bit off. So basically what they do is they bias towards the front axle, and they have the front tires turning a little bit faster than the back tires, and that gives you a little bit more pulling power in a situation where you need front wheel assist. It's a good thing to have. Now, on top of that, we got this big tire on the back, and when it makes one complete revolution, the front tire being smaller is going to make a revolution and a half, or maybe even 2 revolutions. And when that happens, you're putting twice the wear on the front tire as you do the back tire. Not to mention the fact that the front wheel does your steering, so it's naturally going to wear more anyway. And as the tire wears, it gets smaller in diameter. And as it gets smaller in diameter, it exaggerates that difference between gear ratios. That's where the problem comes in. When you got two different gear ratios like that and you're trying to engage them into front wheel assist, you're trying to lock the front differential and the back differential together. Since they're slightly different gear ratios, they tend to conflict with each other during certain times. Now, if your tractor's brand new, it'll probably shift in and out with no problem. But once your tractor gets a little bit of hours on it and your tires start to wear a little bit, then you might notice that it does not quite go in and out of four-wheel drive quite as easily. So we've got a little tip that will help you to be able to get your tractor out of four-wheel drive or get your tractor into four-wheel drive. And actually, it's probably better for your tractor to do it this way because it takes all the stress off of everything when you do it this way. So let's jump up here on the tractor, get it started, and we'll show you what to do. Okay, so we're up on the Kubota tractor. We got it started. We're just going to idle him up just a little bit. Now, my four-wheel drive is not engaged. I've got the clutch down, and a lot of times you can just pull it on up and it'll go on in just fine. But there are occasions when things are not quite lined up right and it just won't go into gear. So what you want to do is drop your front bucket down to the ground and go ahead and lift your front wheels off the ground. When you lift the front wheels off the ground, that's going to take the stress off the front axle. It's also going to make the back wheel rotate just a little bit because you've actually moved the tractor. So you've actually moved your gear train back here. So if you get a situation where this thing won't come up, drop your bucket down, raise your front wheels up off the ground slightly, then you should be able to go right on into gear, just like that right there. We got a nice, firm, significant engagement right there. We know we are definitely fully engaged. And then you can just let yourself on down and go ahead on about your business. Same scenario if you're out working and you need to take your tractor out of four-wheel drive for whatever reason, and it won't come out of four-wheel drive, just drop your bucket down, raise it up, push this down. So there again, I hope this will help you out if you get in a situation where your tractor won't come in and out of four-wheel drive quite as easily as it used to. And of course, this particular tractor does not have the electrical engagement. Some of the new tractors have electrical engagement. You push a button and it electrically puts it into four-wheel drive. And I'm not real sure how I feel about a system like that. I kind of like this better because I can physically feel this thing actually fully locking into four-wheel drive. And so I know it's locked into four-wheel drive when I feel this. And kind of hit the button on the dash. I mean, it sounds like a nice luxury and everything, but I kind of makes me wonder sometimes. But anyway, that's just a good quick tip for you. I hope you enjoyed the video. And don't forget to rate, comment, subscribe. You know, when somebody subscribes, it's like a big old kick in the head. So how about give me a kick in the head and go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.
Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.